gluten-free pizza from scratch. I've never made pizza before, but Josh is a pro, so he will be walking us through the process today.
Okay.
Okay.
Careful,
so we're going to be using different flours combined to give us a type of gluten-free all-purpose flour that we can then use to make the pizza dough. And Joshua found this recipe online, and it will be linked in the description below. So we are now mixing all the flours that we added in this bowl.
Stop spilling it. That's like half a cup.
All right, what's the next step?
Okay, so now we need 2 cups of flour from this because we made 3.5.
We mixed all this flour together, but it's going to be more than what we need for the recipe. So we will be saving the other part for other recipes in the future. This is a perfect opportunity to say, if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. Because you want to see what we do with this extra 1 cup of flour, right?
Okay. I need the cup underneath. Aha! 1 cup. We're gonna need 2 cups of flour.
You want to make sure that you don't pack the flour. So you spoon it into the cup.
And level it off.
Oh, Josh, let me do it. And you level it off with a knife. I'll do it.
Yeah, you kind of like left it. Congratulations.
Music to my ears.
You need 1, that's why you're on the 1 quart. You need 1 teaspoon of sugar.
Sugar. Is it sugar? Yeah.
3/4 teaspoons of salt.
3. Okay. So 3 of these.
Or 1/2.
Perfect. Joshua is warming up the water to put in here.
Optimally, the water has to be at 105 degrees, so anywhere between 100 and 110 for the yeast to properly awaken, because they're in this hibernation type of mode, so that they could start producing gas by eating the
Sugar
in the yeast, in the bread flour actually. Producing alcohol, but it's such a little amount, it doesn't really do anything. Plus it gets cooked off, so we're safe.
The tricky part with this gluten-free pizza dough is that gluten is a protein in wheat that holds things together. So the issue might be that when we make this pizza dough, it falls apart really easily. So we'll see how that goes.
This is at 120. We want to get it down a couple of degrees, so let's just add an ice cube in there. Okay, so with 3/4 cups of water at the right temperature, we're gonna add.
I think that's more than 3/4. You have to read at the meniscus. My bad. And the meniscus is the line, but you want to make sure you read it when it's on a flat surface at eye level.
And then we're gonna add 2 and 1/4 cups, not cups, teaspoons. Rachel, would you like to smell this? This is a very strange smell.
Oh.
Okay. So that's all the yeast, and it has to just dissolve. Sit there for a couple of minutes. While you're doing this, you can take time to, once again, clean your works.
Clean your works.
Okay, so before you pour it in, you want to make sure that there's like a little divot. Okay, and then we begin to pour, and then watch as the magic happens. Okay, and then we just want to make sure we got all the yeast still on the bottom, because not all of it dissolves, but most of it does. Okay, now we begin to mix and hope that this gluten-free flour mixture just sticks together like normal flour would.
Joshua is saying that this flour is not holding together as it should. Are we surprised?
No.
This part requires your hands, so Joshua went and washed his hands
Here,
again.
hold this.
Okay, and now we need 3 tablespoons of oil, olive oil.
So, now we still need one more time. Just olive oil a little bit.
So we are mixing the olive oil into the dough. So if you're following along at home, you of course could have used gluten-free all-purpose flour
Or a normal all-purpose flour.
or normal all-purpose flour.
Can you get the wooden cutting board, please? Over there, I pointed to there. She doesn't know this kitchen very well. Over the next few weeks, I will train her. So, I know that for normal bread, you want to knead it to process the gluten, get that sort of developing. But for this, we don't really need to knead it that much because there's no gluten. You still just want to knead it just to make sure that all of the things are fully distributed and everything's all nice and uniform. That's how you get a nice crust.
Okay, my turn.
There.
Whoa, it does feel warm. It feels like Play-Doh.
Yeah. It always just breaks like this because the gluten is what holds it together most of the time. Well, all the time. And now in a bowl like this, as Rachel keeps on working the dough,
Working it, and you mean?
I'm gonna coat the inside of this bowl with oil, and not too much, just a little. So.
Oh, okay, you can do that.
Okay, now can I see it?
No.
See, we can't even, so normally what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to hold it on one side and make sure you pinch all the ends together, but you can't really do that because it's gonna tear like that. So I say just smooth it out like a ball, like to the best you can.
I can do that.
Like if there's any cracks and stuff, just smooth it. And then, after that, we're just gonna put it inside the bowl that's coated with oil and put a little bit of oil on top and then let it sit for about an hour or until it doubles in size.
Us gluten-free people can do everything they can. Proof.
Except for eat gluten.
So when you're done putting oil on top of the dough and you're waiting for the yeast to make the bread rise, to make the dough rise, you just let it sit for an hour outside, or if you're doing it overnight, you can leave it in the fridge.
We're good. This is the dough. I'm pretty sure the before and after pictures look exactly the same. Okay, so first we had a preheat the oven to 475.
475.
Which is what it's at right now. And the pizza only needs to cook for like 10 to 15 minutes. So I did 11 last time for like the normal pizza. Came out great. So we're gonna have to.
I'm doing it.
Did you see how nice this crust is? What is that?
You mean so good.
See you soon. We'll go for 12 minutes. And
Wow, wow. Wait, that looks so good. What's the consensus?
that's a pizza. That is a pretty good pizza.
Only thing I would say is that the crust is a little bit dense, but that's because somebody didn't flatten it out properly?
No, it's not that. It's because there's no bubbles in it since the yeast doesn't really work in the flour that we made. But it still tastes really good.
And this proves that anyone can make pizza at home. So, I have my slice. Josh
That's mine.
has his. Cheers. Subscribe and keep up with our following posts to get notified of more quarantine kitchen recipes.
Because this is definitely something you want to be watching.
Bye.
Bye.